U-GeekTV.
You know, I've watched quite a few horror movies this year, and one thing that's really starting to stand out to me, and I think we need to discuss it a little bit, is how much of a bitch male non protagonists or non villains are in horror movies. Let's get into it, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Thank God there's a doctor in the house.
I'm not a doctor.
What?
But didn't you say you were a doctor?
Did I?
You...
Look at their faces.
Of course I'm a bloody doctor. Agnes, why don't you and Aunt show us the dance that you've been working on?
And what is wrong with you? Just feel the rhythm in your feet. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the one.
Welcome back to U-GeekTV. I am your host, Jarius, Unapologetic Geek, and I am back with another unapologetic review. And this time we're talking about Speak No Evil. I just want to make it clear, I don't plan on doing like a spoiler review on the back end. Pause. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. Speak No Evil is billed as a horror movie, and it's much more of a thriller suspense type situation that's going on. It's actually the remake of, I believe, a Dutch film or something like that that came out in 2022. So yeah, they just came out with an Americanized version, which is funny because the story doesn't take place in America. It's still very much overseas. But it's a movie that I guess has a reason to be made or whatever. Whoever made it was a big fan of the original version, I suppose, and thought, hey, we need to get this to American audiences or whatever. But I mean, the movie is just kind of fine. The best part of it, of course, is James McAvoy. He shows up yet again, giving an impactful, very driven performance as our main antagonist in the film. He's fucking crazy. He's very unsettling, but he's very charming at the same time, and I appreciated that. It's very reminiscent of his performance as one of the personalities. He pick one in Split, and ever since Split, James McAvoy kind of been that dude for me. Like I'm like, and I enjoyed him, you know, before then in the X-Men First Class or those X-Men prequels that came out. But he really got in his bag to me after Split, and he's one of those actors that now I'll just watch anything that he's in, and he definitely carries this movie. I can say that the pacing kind of suffers in spots. Like you do kind of feel like, okay, come on, let's get on with it, let's pick it up or whatever. But there is an intensity that plays throughout. There's this unsettling feel to what's going on in the plot as things go on, and I did quite enjoy that. There's actually a couple. Well, no, it's really one good twist. Not the main twist that's given away in the trailers, but there's another one that I didn't expect. And I enjoyed it when it finally hit. Like it gave a lot more impact, and it made James McAvoy's character look even worse in the moment, like worse than he already is, with him terrorizing this family. And again, for the most part, I enjoyed what I was looking at. I just wish it picked up the pace just a little bit. Now, with that being said, having watched all these great horror films this year with Long Legs and Alien Romulus and Cuckoo, this movie kind of is just okay to me in comparison. That may not be fair, and hey, look, it's my opinion or whatever. But it just wasn't mind blowing to me like some of the other films I've seen this year. Hell, Late Night with the Devil is another one that comes to mind. I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the thriller that it was and not the horror that it wanted to be. That was pretty good. With all that being said, one thing that really stuck out to me is how much of a bitch the husband is in this film. He honestly, I feel like his character was meant to propel the story forward and just keep us going because he does a lot of dumb shit especially with not listening to his wife or really what's going on around him. His situational awareness was, oh my God, it was non-existent. I could not stand this character. And he just really is terrible. And it made me think about Winston Duke's character in Us. He was such a doofus. And the fact that he didn't have the situational awareness to kind of take care of his family, it really bothered me in that movie, and it bothers me in this one. And he does virtually nothing. I'm not going to get into it. Like I said, this wasn't going to be a spoiler-filled review, but he does nothing to help with anything in this film. Like, everybody contributes more. Yeah, everybody contributes more to what's going on in terms of like a us versus them situation. Everybody else does more than him, even the daughter and the little kid that's in there with his tongue cut out.
Right now.
The husband does less at the end of this film to contribute to their survival than anyone else, and it's embarrassing. I'm not going to get on the soapbox and try and say, things are political or whatever the case may be. I've seen some people kind of share that. I just think the writing made the husband dumb to try and just push forward the narrative of the film. He is such a bitch, man, especially when compared to James McAvoy's character. He's such a bitch, and that was a kind of a big drawback for me when grading this film also. So that gets us to our verdict. Speak No Evil for me is an unapologetically film. It's nothing groundbreaking. Like I said, it's billed as a horror movie, and in comparison, I've seen better horror movies. But even if it was billed as a thriller, I've seen better thriller movies this year as well. It's just okay to me, but it's worth checking out. I don't know if I would go to theaters to check it out. I'd probably wait for it to come out on demand or streaming or something like that. And I think I will watch it again. Just again, James McAvoy is such a good character in this film, or gives such a great performance in this film. I think it's worth running back, but yeah, it's just all right to me. So, have you seen Speak No Evil? Let me know what you think in the comments. Continue to like, continue to share, continue to subscribe. Like always, thank you for everything that you do. And until next time, I'm Jarius, Unapologetic Geek, and I am out.